Oh, let's see. 2 patients with phthisis pulmonaris. Phthisis. T-H-I-G-H? No, that can't be right. That. Consumption. I can spell consumption. Very good. And is somebody coming? Oh, wait, look at that. It's those time travelers again. However do they do that? Is that how they're supposed to be dressed, whatever time they come from? Strange. But let's not be rude. Hello there, folks. Welcome to the hospital on the railroad. It's good to see everybody again. Is everyone doing quite well? Are you here for a little visit, or do I need to... No, you're all fine. Okay, very good. Not a problem there. I hope you stay real good. I was just making some notes in my log about 2 patients I had early in the week. One was yesterday, one was Monday, and both of them had phthisis pulmonaris, which you may or may not have heard of, but I'm sure many of you have heard of consumption, so-called because it consumes the body in essence. I had 2 patients, and they exhibited the signs of tuberculosis, consumption. They were coughing up blood, not a great deal of blood, not often, and it was not frothy in the least. They were both in pain, but not substantially so. So I suspect it's going to be a mild case that hopefully I can take care of and they can return to full function. For both of them, I gave some laudanum for the pain. Consumption is rather painful. And in order to keep their bowels open, you have to keep the bowels open. It's important to do that. Some calomel in the form of a pill called blue pill. It's a mercury compound. I sent them on their way, and in a day or 2 I'll stop in and check on them and see how well they're doing. I almost forgot. They also got some red flannel. I just happened to have some red. No, I didn't just happen to have some red flannel. I always keep red flannel here for cases of consumption. This is all I have left. Peters and Stigler, their store up in Lynchburg. Real store. That's where I purchased this from. I need to get some more. Of the 2 patients that I had, one was rather a big stocky fellow, and I gave him about 1.75 yards, whereas the other one was not quite so stockily built. He was a bit on the slender side. He got only 1 yard. What they're going to do with the flannel is, as I instructed them, wrap themselves up with it and keep warm. Why the quizzical looks? Don't you use red flannel where you come from? Medicinally speaking, that is? You don't. Where did you come from again? And how did you get here? From the future. Yeah, I wouldn't mind you showing me how this works someday. I could visit the future. I'm curious as to what the future just might be. You're shaking your... No, I don't want to know. I'll take your word for it. Let me explain a little bit about the medicinal properties of red flannel. Must be flannel, must be red. The stories, and there are several stories, go back quite a ways. For instance, Queen Elizabeth, what do you mean? Which one? There's more than one? You have one? The second? Oh, well, it must make ours the first then. I should take a shot of that. She is said to have come down with smallpox, and one of her doctors said, "Get yourself some red flannel, Your Majesty. Wrap yourself up in it, and all will be made well. And according to the story, she was cured. So the story goes. And then there's also the story of Saint Brigid of Ireland. Not Bridget. This is Brigid. She is the patroness of Ireland. She is the patroness saint of healing, I guess you could say, and also of blacksmiths. There's a tradition in some parts of the world, here, there, wherever, that says that on her feast day eve, her feast day, St. Bridget's feast day is February 1st, the eve will be January 31st, people who believe in this will take red flannel and set it out so that sometime during the night she can bless it, and the next day the people who put out the flannel can take it and use it during the course of the year for complaints that they may have. There's a good deal of religiosity associated with the power of red. But first, why flannel? And then, why does it have to be red? Flannel, wool flannel, for us there is no other. Wool flannel, it's warm, it's soft, it's comfortable, and in case one of my patients comes down with a case of the sweats for whatever feverish reason, flannel, being wool, will act as a wick and draw the moisture away, making the patient feel better. Now red, which it has to be, no other color, red, it is believed by some people that red has powerful properties, shall we say, powerful properties. For instance, there are 5 major colors in Christianity. Did you know that? Very good. We have white, we have black, we have purple. There's also green and red. Red is perhaps the primary color for all of Christianity. Now, why might that be? Well, when Christ was crucified on the cross, he bled. He bled for us. What did he bleed? Red blood. There are several instances showing Jesus and Mary Magdalene both dressed in red garments. Power of red. Also, in the Bible itself, the power of red can be found in several passages, not always associated with medicinal purposes. For instance, regarding the covenant in Matthew 26:28. Get your Bible, read it. Matthew 26:28. It'll have something to say about red and its power. There's also a similar reference in Judgment, book of Isaiah, relative to judgments, and you'll find that in 63, Isaiah 63. And then there's the big one, power of red regarding God and Jesus, you will find in Revelations 19, verses 13 through 15. So goes the power of red. Now, for my purposes, aside from giving it to my patients, on those cold nights, it does get quite cold here. If you remember your visitations from last winter, I'll use it to help warm myself under my several blankets. Very comfortable. At any rate, that is what I've done this past week with 2 of my patients stricken with consumption. And that's a so-called history lesson in the power of red, and particularly red flannel in the world of medicine. If you have any questions about, well, anything medicinal for me from this time period, I think you know where to post them so that I might see them. And if I don't know the answer, I'll make something up. It's what we do. I'm just being jocular and hilarious with you, I hope. Smile. Laughter is the best medicine, so they say. Thank you very much for coming. Glad to see you. New people, if you're new, a like and a subscription would be appreciated, of course. And until next time, when our paths cross, I have the honor to be your most respectful and obedient servant, Dr. Toombs, coming to you from a long time ago. If you'll pardon me, I'll go do my rounds. Where should I start? I know exactly where I should start. I'll follow my nose to the nearest coffee pot brewing coffee that I can find. That's where I'll start.